What's up, bud? It's Rob. This is Apparel Success. And what I want to talk to you about in this video here is why I've been intentionally less focused on posting on Instagram, posting on TikTok, posting on Facebook for my clothing brand, and why I've actually spent way more time working on my product quality and on my brand as a whole. I think that this video is going to be one of the best that I've ever posted on this YouTube channel because I'm going to talk to you about how marketing on top of a weak foundation can really just be useless, a waste of time, and get you absolutely nowhere, and can really just literally burn your clothing brand to a hole in the ground. And so this is really going to be a video that you watch where I think you're gonna come out of it with some information that not a lot of other people talk to you enough about, and I'm really excited to share it with you. Here it is. Apparel Success is sponsored by my buds over at Design Crowd. And if designs are something that you need help with for your clothing brand, I seriously recommend that you use them. You post a project on Design Crowd, amazing designers from all around the world will compete for your project. You choose the winner, then you get that design plus revisions. This is the best-selling design on my website right now, and I got the design made through Design Crowd. If you're interested, head over to designcrowd.com/apparel to learn about the special offer that I have for you where you can save up to $100, or simply use the discount code APPAREL when you post a project on Design Crowd. This is going to be one of those videos for you here where I'm going to share with you something that not a lot of clothing brand owners are doing, that if you actually act on everything that I'm sharing with you in this video here, you're going to get really good results for your clothing brand. And the main issue that I want to talk about here, about the way that most people are running their clothing brands when they first start up, and I did this too when I first started, is that they're solely focused on the marketing of their clothing brand, and they're not focused enough on their products and on their actual brand itself. So what this manifests as is people who are spending way too much time marketing on Instagram, trying to, figure out the next tactic of Instagram stories or Instagram reels. And you get these people who are just obsessed with trying to grow their Instagram accounts without having put in that work on their brand to actually establish themselves as being different, to give their brand that talent that it needs so that when people come across it, people say, this is actually something of substance here that I really want to buy. Because if you go to market your clothing brand and that really hasn't been established yet, you haven't invested enough of your own time into developing your brand and really figuring out what it's all about and building the value in it that way, all of those marketing efforts on top of it are going to be a waste of time for you. And you're really going to notice this. This is the main thing that I see come up in the Facebook group. It's the main thing that I see in the comments is, why won't my Instagram account grow? Why aren't I able to sell? I can't sell even though I've built up a following on Instagram. And all of it is focused on just the marketing. People are being way too concerned with the perception and not the reality. And this is where, lately I've really been thinking about my clothing brand and going deep into my clothing brand. All of the new products that I'm coming out with for my clothing brand, I've spent a lot of time really thinking about how it's going to mesh with my audience, how it's going to be offering them value, how I'm being different, how I'm creating a blue ocean for myself where I'm not competing with other brands and where I have my own unique identity. Okay? And that is really something that, if you switch from 95% working on your marketing to 95% working on your brand and making sure that your products are right, making sure that everything's cohesive and makes sense, this is going to be an absolutely massive transformation for you because, I believe that in this day and age, everybody's so overwhelmed by all of the marketing strategies that are out there and everybody's trying these Instagram tactics and spamming everybody, and not enough companies are really focused on how they're giving value to their audience, how they're giving value to their customers. And so if you're one of those clothing brands that can actually sit back and really get your brand to a place where you've spent a lot of time on your product quality. And I don't even necessarily mean, the material that you're using, although obviously you should have really good material. But what I'm talking about here mainly is that the products that you're coming out with, the brand concept, the concept of each product that you're coming out with should be, well thought out. There should be a plan behind it. There should be an identity that you're going after. And the more that you do that, the more that you really think about that and you actually, integrate that into your brand, it's just going to help you so much. I mean, I can't even tell you how much actually taking a step back and thinking about the types of products that I should be coming out with has helped my brand move forward. If I hadn't been doing that and, I'd just been kind of lazy with the products that I've been coming out with and then just trying to market it so I could make as much money as possible and grow up my Instagram following and all that, you just don't have anything there of substance at the end of the day. And I think that that's what a lot of people are doing. And I think that a lot of this comes down to, really being focused on me as the clothing brand owner. It's me, me, me. I want to create products and I want to sell them so that I can make money. I can become the success and I can prove everybody wrong and all that. And that's not what it's about, right? Well, it's a part of it. I mean, that can totally be one of your motivating factors. But if you don't, shift your focus to how you're actually creating something that's beautiful, that has substance to it, where, like I said earlier, there's a talent behind it. There's like a beauty behind it where it's an art form and you've really mastered that art form, then nobody's going to care and nobody's going to want to support your movement to begin with. I'm not saying that marketing isn't important, but marketing should be like watering a plant. And your brand, in order for it to grow at all, there needs to be that seed there. And what I'm saying is that most brands don't even have a seed or a quality seed that even has potential to grow into a beautiful plant. And you really need to work on that seed. That's where it all starts. Forget all your marketing efforts. If you feel like you don't have this down yet, if you feel like your brand needs work and that your website quality is not good and you haven't really figured out your brand concept yet and you're still just kind of working on that, then what's even the point of marketing on top of that? What is even the point of spending 95% of your time trying to build your audience up if there's nothing of quality to sell them at the end of the day? And so this has really been my focus lately. And I'm saying this as somebody who's, 4.5 years into growing my own clothing brand, that, I thought I had really high quality products. And obviously, I've been able to sell as much as I have, over $250,000 worth of sales. Even still, I've just noticed so many flaws in my brand because for a long time, that was my main focus as well, was just the marketing. And I've had to step back, in the past 6 months to a year and really reevaluate my brand and really think about how can I build this into something beautiful that I'd be proud of even if nobody was buying it. Because I think that that's really when you start to thrive as a clothing brand. If you're doing this for the art itself, which is kind of what growing a clothing brand is, it's not, you're not selling utility products. You're not selling people things that are going to be used to help them with their productivity in their lives. You're selling them clothing that they wear on their body as an accessory, as a statement of their status or how they feel about themselves. And, that is an art form. And if you're not connected to that as the clothing brand owner, as the person who's operating your business, then good luck trying to sell clothing and really, pushing something that people really respect. I don't mean to be too extreme here in the sense that you need to be the next big artist like Picasso or something when it comes to growing your clothing brand. I'm just trying to hammer in the point that your product quality, your brand, and the foundation of your brand, as I've been drilling it in so many videos, is truly important. And it really is the beginning of everything. And this is one of those things where it's similar to, say, trying to get healthy. There's going to the gym and eating like crap, and that'll get you some results. Maybe you'll feel good, but the longevity of it, maybe you'll start hurting yourself. Maybe you won't, be as flexible. Maybe you'll start to get all these weird pains in your neck, or maybe you'll start breaking out on your skin and stuff. And it's because you're not eating well. And if you just corrected that, if you actually had the whole thing just well oiled, where you were eating really healthy and you were exercising 5 times a week and you were sleeping 8 hours a day, that's the type of thing that I'm talking about with your clothing brand, where getting all of those boxes checked, not skipping over anything because maybe it's boring or whatever, but really doing it and treating those things with the attention that they deserve, I think is one of the most important things that you can do for your clothing brand. And it's the one thing that basically nobody who starts up a clothing brand does. So if you do it, there's that slight advantage that you've been looking for. And, I really am confident in telling you that, because every single second that I've put into my clothing brand where I'm actually focused on the brand itself and developing that and improving that has paid off like crazy into the future. I mean, it's just the one thing that just always comes back to, And I just really recommend it for anybody who's trying to grow a clothing brand. And so I really hope that that helped. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Drop your brand down there as well. I'd like to check out the brands that are watching. And if you haven't already, check out my clothing brand marketing masterclass. All you have to do to get access is go to apparelsuccess.com/masterclass, and you can watch the whole thing for free. And if you've made it to this point in the video, I want to tell you about the closed Facebook group that we have for Apparel Success. There's a link in the description. Follow that link, join us in the group, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.